We have 8 fundamental movement patterns that every single athlete, lifter, and person needs to master. And this is movement number 2 in my functional movement mastery course, the carry. So whether you're doing heavy traditional farmer's carries, suitcase carries to focus on core stability, or just hauling groceries from the car into the house, this is one of the most practical and powerful patterns that you can train. It builds grip and forearm strength, core strength and stability, and just total body resilience that carries over into literally everything that you do. By the end of this video, you guys are gonna know exactly how to set up and perform the carry. I'm also gonna give you 3 of the most effective functional variations that you can start using today to build strength, stability, and endurance. It's going to show up in both the gym and in your everyday life. Welcome back, guys. Movement number 2 in my functional movement mastery course, we have the carry. So as I stated in the intro, we are primarily working grip and forearm strength, core strength and stability, as well as just total body strength and stability. We're gonna be walking with heavy load. We're gonna be on a single leg for short periods of time. So it's really just a total body exercise. It's also one of the more primitive movement patterns that doesn't really take a ton of finesse and a ton of technique to perform, like a squat, deadlift, a lunge, etc. However, there are some important technique cues that I want you guys thinking about to really maximize and be most efficient with your carry variations. So exercise number 1, variation number 1, we're talking about the 2-arm farmer's carry. And now we're really gonna see how the hip hinge transfers over to everything that we do and why we master that pattern first above all else. So I want you guys utilizing a strong, perfect hip hinge in everything that you do, whether you're at home picking up something light on the ground, whether you're picking up some weights to the floor to put them back on the rack, dial in that hip hinge every single time. So we're getting set up. Feet are gonna be under the hips. We karate chop the waist to push the butt back. We bend the knees, we grab our weight, lats down and back, take the breath in the brace, exhaling at the top. Now the most important technique cue on the farmer's carry is going to be shoulders down and back. So big, proud chest, keep that chest up, keep the core braced throughout. And I want you guys focusing on a heel to toe walk and just walking with really good control. I also do not want you guys resting the weight on your body. Keep that weight off to the side of the body for an extra challenge. You guys can choose to walk forwards, whether it be a certain distance or going for a certain amount of time. You guys can also go forwards and then go backwards for an extra challenge, or even go multi-directional. So sometimes I like to throw in some figure 8s and just moving in different directions, which adds in an extra challenge and allows us to work in all planes of motion. All right, guys, variation number 2, the single arm suitcase carry. By far one of my favorite carry variations. It's just the best bang for your buck variation in my opinion. So we're getting all the benefits like we would in a 2-arm carry, full body strength and stability, grip and forearm strength. But we're building and putting way more of a challenge on core strength and stability with this single arm carry. So if I had to pick one variation to do for the rest of my training days, it would be this variation right here. And the reason why is because we're holding one weight off to one side of the body. So this weight is gonna wanna pull us into what's called lateral flexions. We have to fight that lateral flexion. And to mitigate it, we have to brace the core and lock the core in, even more specifically, the opposite side, to maintain good alignment and to fight that lateral flexion. So this is a great anti-lateral flexion core exercise. So now we have to dial in those hip hinge mechanics when we're picking up this weight, right? We push the butt back, we then bend the knees, take a breath in, lats down and back, and stand tall. Shoulders are gonna be pulled down and back, so nice proud chest, heel to toe walk. The most important cue with this movement, with this variation, is going to be to keep the weight off of your body. So I never want to see you guys resting this weight on your body and walking with the weight. You'll get something out of the exercise the heavier that you go, but to get the most out of this movement and to put the most focus on building better and more core strength and stability is to keep this weight off to the side. So the further we hold it off to the side, the more challenging this exercise is going to be. So chest nice and tall. It's going to be a heel to toe walk. Again, distance or time. You guys can choose to go forwards, both directions. You guys can go forwards and backwards. And you guys, of course, can mix in that figure 8 or that multi-directional movement pattern to work in all planes of motion. All right, guys, variation number 3. Last but not least, by any means, we have the goblet carry. So this one's going to put more focus on upper body strength and stability, as well as core strength and stability. So we're getting set up into our hip hinge. It's going to be the same exact setup as we had with our deadlift in lesson number 1 on the hip hinge. So we're standing over our kettlebell, feet roughly hip to shoulder width, handle the kettlebells cutting across the midfoot. Karate chop the waist, bend the knees, lats down and back, we brace, pull, and then switch those hands quickly, elbows nice and tight to the body to get into the goblet position. We do not want our elbows flared out here. Elbows nice and tight. I personally like holding it by the horns like this because I think it is most functional. It's easier to transfer into other movements and other variations, which is really good for kettlebell complexes, as opposed to holding it like this or even holding it like this, which I've seen. You guys can hold it whichever way you'd like, whatever's most comfortable, but this is gonna be more functional in my opinion and more applicable to other kettlebell circuits and complexes. Now, you guys can choose to go really, really heavy and hold it really tight to your body, or you guys can go a little bit lighter, hold it off the body, which is gonna put a little bit more focus on those guns and those biceps and core strength and stability. So you guys can play around with that distance. And then of course, like our other variations, you guys can go forwards both ways, forwards and backwards, or even go figure eights, or working in multiple planes of motion. All right, guys, that is a wrap on movement number 2 of my functional movement mastery course, the carry. If this video helped you out, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss movement number 3, which is going to be dropping very soon. If you guys have any questions about carries, whether it's grip, posture, or just how to program them into your workouts, leave a comment and let me know, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching another video. Keep training smart, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson.